Welcome back to our channel. We are Blackhawk K-9, a relationship-based dog training company who shares their training journey and connects with clients through this channel. If you're interested in learning more or following along on the journey, don't forget to hit that follow or subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Today we're going to be looking at Lulu's 2-week recap. You're going to see a lot of different things in this video. There's going to be a tractor that my fiance is going to drive by. He's going to be mowing the lawn, and this wasn't the intention. We didn't expect her to be that distracted by it, but it seemed to have a pretty big effect on her. So you're going to see here she gets pretty flustered. That attention she gave just now was my fiance's car moving. It's pretty loud, so she paid a little bit of attention to it, but she recovered pretty quickly. So you'll also see a little bit of jumping here. I'm okay with it. She is excited to work and she's excited to interact with me, which is a big change from before. So really, we're just happy that she's happy to be here. You're going to see her whole demeanor change when the lawnmower goes by. She's very stiff, very distracted, and I'm going to lose a lot of focus from her. And because of that, I'm really not going to ask her for anything except for engagement while she's working through this. She has a really hard time coming back in. You'll see her lunge a little bit at the end of the line. She's just really expressing her discomfort. She used to lunge at people whenever they would be around. So this is really what it would look like before. She, again, stopped barking pretty quickly, but very fixated on it. Really uncomfortable. I'm having a hard time getting her attention here. We didn't think this was going to be such a big distractor for her. We probably wouldn't have added it this early on had we known. But this is what we had, so we decided to make the best of it, and I thought it'd be a great video to kind of show you what it looks like in the transition process. You can see here, I have almost no attention. She's doing a lot of sniffing. She's doing a lot of staring at him, a lot of lunging at the leash, and again, not really checked into me. So I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing there, and I'm waiting for her to re-engage. Once she chooses to re-engage, I'm going to pay her for it. But until that point, I'm just going to let her kind of work through it on her own. There we go. She turned around and looked at me. I paid her for it. And again, I'm asking for no obedience. I'm doing nothing. I'm just letting her sniff. The only thing she can't do is pull me on the leash. So here I offer her kibble. And you can see she's still a little jumpy from it. She's starting to recover a little bit. And we're finally starting to work through that. But it was really, really scary for her. So she's still giving me some displacement behaviors of the sniffing around and all that good stuff. And we are hoping to kind of help her work through that. Gonna camera a little nose boop, but that's really what's happening, is that she's still paying attention. We still have lost a little bit of ears. We've lost a lot of the wiggliness that we had earlier, but you're going to see her start to really calm down as we keep working through it. It's really important for us to make sure that when our dogs have fears, that we are not babying them, but also not just suppressing it with obedience. So I'm not asking her to do anything. The only thing that I want from her is attention. She's allowed to look at it. She's allowed to walk around. She's allowed to try and release the anxiety she feels in whatever capacity that she's comfortable with. But what she cannot do is she cannot pull on the leash, and I don't want to suppress it by putting her in obedience. Once she's settled back down, I'm going to again pay for that heavy engagement, and then we'll start to really work. We're going to start working on our positions. We'll start working on sits with a little bit of duration. We'll start working on our downs, and then a little bit of the place command, and even introducing a heel a little bit. I'm not doing anything crazy. This is less obedience than I would have done if he was not actively mowing, but I am excited. I've started to get the loose Lulu back, and that's really what I wanted. So here I'm starting to introduce the place again. I'm using leash pressure to help communicate with her. We're starting to add our leash pressure in there. Again, we're still using food lure, but I just want her to know that leash pressure isn't scary and that there's nothing to fear, and it's just some gentle pressure to help communicate with her. She doesn't mind at all. She's going to get some zoomies here real fast and then settle back in. So this is where we're working into our heel. We're just paying the position and then letting her move on, practicing swinging her butt around into that position, and then we'll get into a little bit of the downs and a little bit back into the place here in a second. little more crazy zoomies as she's coming out of obedience. And we worked a little bit. This is also sped up at 200%. So the time that you're watching it in is actually 200% faster than it's happening in real life. So this, like I said, this is light sitting, working on duration with just a little bit, just making sure that she understands that our yes is not our release marker and that our free is actually the true release marker. So we free her up with that. Whenever she moves forward in the heel, I just take a couple steps back and then ask her to go again. And then she does it. There we pay, bring her back, and she's telling me that she's getting a little tired. She choked a little bit on her kibble, but I'm losing a lot of focus, so we're getting ready to wrap this up. I wanted to wrap up on a positive note so that she has still some fire to keep going, but I definitely don't want to make her so tired that she doesn't see any joy in it. So we're doing just a little bit of down work. She's nice and comfy, getting some payments there, and that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. We're gonna do a little bit more of just engagement, a couple more place commands, and this was a really powerful session because it shows the power of allowing the dog to make their own decisions and take something that could have been really scary, or we could have added a lot of punishments to, and made it so that it didn't have to be some scary moment for her. And you can see how close the tractor is driving now, and she's really giving me more attention than she is at. So we love that. See her knock me over and then punch me in the face, but overall, really great week. All right, guys, that is all that we have today for our weekly Board and Train update. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to find out how we can help you reach your training goals with your dog, please reach out to us, and don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. We'll catch you next time.